been teaching 25 years.
And have you been teaching math that whole time?
Yep, and then I also taught some health early on. So, you know, I was thinking of either being a nurse or a teacher, and I really wanted to teach health. So actually, I'm a health major and a math minor. But I'm really glad I got the math minor because that's what I've been teaching, because that's more needed. And I've actually loved teaching the math, so it's more fun. Algebra 2 honors, and then the geometry. At 5:30, and I leave my house about 6:30, wake up my teenage son before I leave, and then I get here about 7, and I usually have students kind of coming in and out, you know, that want some help on homework or just like to come in and sit in the room. So I usually have music on in the room and have a nice atmosphere.
And what time do your classes start?
7:30.
And what time does the day usually end for you?
2:10.
2:10.
Well, we have a consultation period that's about 90 minutes, so every day, so we get a lot of so we do get plenty of prep time, but you still have to take things home, tests, grade, things like that sometimes. Probably the hardest thing is the class size. You get big classes, which when you have that many kids, it just creates more discipline issues. So that's probably the thing. And personality differences. You have to, you know, you get clusters of kids that are friends, so then you've got to move them apart. But I think if you try to be respectful to them, I mean, you do have to have a firm hand with them, but if they know you're fair to them and you're going to try your best to be fair but firm, I think that's probably the best thing to do, and I'm still learning to do that. Yeah, I had a fight in my room. A kid smacked one kid in the face, and then another kid grabbed the stapler to go after him, so I grabbed the back of his jacket and grabbed the stapler, and then they were squaring off, and I just said, in the hall, you know, and they actually listened to me, and we went in the hall, and then I just took them down to the office. But afterward, I was shaking because I thought, you know, what if they hadn't come with me? What if they hadn't listened? But
yeah.
I think I have teenage boys, so I have that mom. You know. Coming up next, my lower level geometry class. I love the kids, but they really struggle with math, and even though I only have 28 of them in there, I mean, it's me going desk to desk to desk to desk for 90 minutes trying to help them, and then they have a lot of, you know, they're not motivated, they don't really want to be there, so if you're working with someone else, then they're off task, and so it's a 90-minute marathon. Lunch. We eat in here. There's a group of us, a bunch of teachers, and it's really a great time to just sort of have downtime, take a break, take a breather, you know, commiserate with each other. You get good ideas. Sometimes our math department's in here. We can kind of take care of some issues too. So. Well, the district does that for us a lot. We're getting a new national math curriculum coming down the pipe in the next year, so that will be changing. But we try to, stay on course with each other in the different levels that we teach so that we're all on the same page. That was difficult because they instituted this highly qualified thing, which made a lot of us who had been teaching upper level math classes for years couldn't teach them anymore because of the new criterion. So that made it harder for us to staff and get people to teach. It's just a challenge with your student population. You can get them to a certain level, and I think we've gotten our kids, we've pushed them, we're doing great, but I don't know how much higher they can go, I mean, we've got our demographics have changed. They're transient population. They're in, they're out, they're in, they're out. So it's pretty hard to keep keep anything moving up like No Child Left Behind wants to do. So I think it's better if we could see progress, like beginning, here's where they started, and here's where they ended. And then you could really, see what's happening. But just to give everybody this pat test and, I think that's kind of a disservice to the students. Well, I'm actually getting an English language endorsement right now. So, we try to do different techniques to just slow things down, pantomime, draw pictures, just check in with them. Are they understanding? That kind of thing. So I don't have as many in my classes right now, so it's not as big an issue, but it's definitely part of our changing demographic that we need to be aware of. Well, I have a microphone, which has helped a lot, and so I usually just start speaking on it, and that will usually calm them down. Start with an activity right off the bat. I have music playing usually, and they start their notes for a few minutes. Sometimes I walk around if they're not calming down, and just sort of kind of proximity sort of gets the room back together. So, and some days nothing works, and you just go, we're off today, so we'll try again tomorrow. I think if you establish a nice positive, anything can happen, but in my 25 years, really, that's not been a huge issue ever in my room. And I think it's just, try to have a positive attitude. If the students know you really care about them and you want to see them succeed, I think that kind of permeates into them. And, if you're respectful to them, they'll be kind of respectful back to you. That's not always the case. Once in a while you get a rogue kid that's going to cause trouble, and then you try to deal with that person and either make some changes or whatever you can. But most of the time, I don't.
So you've never had to worry about a gun or anything in your class?
Yeah. I feel good about this job and what I'm doing, and when you have kids that you see light bulbs come on, or if they come back and say something nice to you that I liked your class, or I learned a lot, or whatever, that really helps. That kind of keeps you going. Intrinsic, that's probably extrinsically, it's not really the money, but as you know, but actually it's not a bad salary. It really isn't. It's pretty consistent, and it's got good benefits, and so far anyway, hopefully they'll keep funding those. Well, extrinsically, I have these little Welsh points that I give out for different things, and they can put them on a test or a quiz, and they kind of like to get those. I have a tablet in the class that students can come up and write on, and they like that, to be able to kind of get up. Some students like to get up in front of the class and do things like that. I just try to be positive and compliment them, and really reward them when kids are doing well, and sort of, I want them to come into the class and feel safe and comfortable, and that this is a good place to be. So, I don't know, I guess that's kind of my extrinsic things. When I give a test, I try to say, you can do this, believe in yourself, just know that you can do this, just calm yourself down, sometimes we take deep breaths, we just, I don't know, try to make them believe in themselves, because I know there's a lot of math phobia out there, so. That's a tough one. The honors kids are motivated by grades, so that's kind of easier for that group, but the other kids are not motivated by grades, the lower level, not all of them. So you have to kind of do short little things, like, okay, if you get this done, then I'll cancel the quiz, or if we do this, I have checkers and chess, you can play checkers and chess, or we'll go to the lab. So you kind of have to have more, extra things for certain groups of kids, and the honors kids, they want the grade. Paycheck is probably the staff I work with. Everybody here is great. It's a nice atmosphere, and the students, I really do. You know, sometimes you can wake up and on the wrong side of the bed, and you get here and I don't know. They'll say come in the classroom all happy and just it's just like oh yeah, they're just they're our future. You can see it. Absolutely. I feel really good about it. I hope people will go into it because it's a challenge. It's not for the faint of heart, but it's so rewarding in so many ways, and you do feel good. And the kids, they keep you young, and they're really great. So I think you guys should all do it.
That's our goal.
Good.